Hey, how's it going, guys? Vincent here. I just wanted to let you guys know on a little certain situation that happened with our audio. I'm talking over our video that we recorded of Resident Evil Remake not too long ago. This was our second session, and I don't know what the whole situation was. I think I can point out what actually really happened. It was really actually when we were done with the session, I think I unplugged my Elgato a little too early than expected. So I mean, as you can see, it captured the video, and the video is perfectly fine. As we can see, Jill's right now playing the piano. For some reason, she knows how to play it, and she opens up the secret door, and out goes a simple puzzle, as I'm pretty sure everybody here knows. But yeah, the video capture did excellent, as you can see. But for some reason, when I was going to the process of editing, I went to see if our live commentary got caught, and it was capturing. Everything was working, and then I guess I just unplugged everything a little too early as we were done recording, and I guess during the processing the videos, adding it to the library, it just went a little. It just didn't go through. So that's pretty much what it is. So as you guys can see right here, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are already familiar with Resident Evil Remake, but my little brother GT wasn't. So we decided to do this for our little, I know it's a little late in Halloween, but we were playing it during October, and while other games were going through, and also of course work on the outside of YouTube, we decided, you know what, we have this, so why not play it for the good fashion? Because it's been a while since we actually, it hasn't been a while. We've never done a scary game, and I knew that for classic games like Resident Evil, I really wanted to do Resident Evil Remake. Even though I wouldn't mind playing the PlayStation 1 version of Resident Evil Remake because of all the funny little things that Resident Evil 1 on the PlayStation really was, than us playing the GameCube version of Resident Evil Remake. But it's just I really wanted to do this version because of the visuals, and it's amazing. So as you can see right now, I'm constantly just going. I think I'm going back to grab the other piece of the puzzle to do the clock puzzle back in the dining room. So I think just right now, just going through into the whole process. Right now, I think during the situation me and GT were talking about the couple puzzles, and of course the hilariousness of what zombies are not really a big threat in certain hallways and certain pathways, but mostly it's just a chit chat about what the puzzle and what it's going to be in the future. Oh, actually no, I already have the piece. I was just putting away the ink ribbons because I'm an idiot and I need to make some space. So just going through little situations here and there, make some space in your inventory, and if I can remember what I forgot. Oh yeah, I was just adding ammo to your shotgun because you're gonna need ammo. So always rechecking. I mean, it's been a while since I've played Resident Evil like fully. Like, it's been a long time, and I didn't even own a GameCube. I played it at a friend's house in the neighborhood that I lived long ago when I was still in high school. While the GameCube version was technically free for PlayStation Plus, I just said, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna get it, since, I mean, we all like stuff for free, right? You know I'm right. So I'm just gonna, yeah. So of course, throughout the entire time, I never took a shot at that zombie. So I'm not gonna bother with them. So why don't we just go ahead and probably just cut right here and to showing you guys the puzzle that I was actually gonna be talking about. So yeah, here we are in the other doorway. Of course, I have to switch out with the fake emblem and put it in and get the actual real emblem. And it's kind of a funny thing to talk about when you see puzzles like this back in the early ages of Resident Evil. You can really pick and choose which ones were not in the original game, which ones were added in the remake to create the suspense and create the scare tactics of everything else. And that was the one thing about what's funny about coming back to Resident Evil Remake is that you look at the environment and it's really it's scary because of the lighting is so done. It was probably one of the greatest things that Capcom did that really cared about their franchises. So these visuals and the door sequences of opening up. I mean, I remember as a little kid, I was 6 years old, and when the first Resident Evil came out, when we got our hands on it, I remember just the creaking of the doors, and just the noises in the background of the zombies, their footsteps, their growls. For a 6-year-old kid, I mean, come on, guys, like that. When Resident Evil, when it first started, that was top notch. That was top notch scary. Like, oh my gosh, like, 10 out of 10 to Capcom for that deal. And then, of course, when you get older and you go back to the game, you realize how goofy it is, and you realize how the voice acting was. And you're like, man, this is like, oh man, was this not thought through? But then when they did the remake, and you saw the visuals, and we saw the trailer, it was amazing. And then they released it on the GameCube at the time. And it was just, if you had a GameCube and Resident Evil Remake was going out there, and like you got it. If you were a fan, if you were not a fan, you saw what the trailer was, you saw that it said remake, and you got it right away, and it was done so right. So here's the puzzle, and I think at first I did have a little troubles, and I think the actual completion is the long arrow. The minute arrow was supposed to be, I think, kept on the helmet, and I think the the hour arm was supposed to be on the bottom. As you can see, I totally messed it up, and of course nothing happens. And you can always tell that when you complete it, the top and the bottom screen, they turn into that movie sequence, and then you hear the bell ring, and you've completed it. So I remember, yeah, okay, no, was it that way? No, I could be wrong. I'm really jumping ahead. I'm really sorry about this, guys. It's just really going through and reviewing it, and really going back at the time is really keeping it up. So yes, I was right. So I had it technically the opposite direction, and of course, I think this puzzle was also in the first one, and instead of it finding a key, I think it opened up like a little doorway to another room, if I can recall. It's been a long time since I've seen and played the original Resident Evil on the PlayStation, so slight differences here and there, but then again, I was 6, try to remember the little things of what really what keeps it memorable, as it was from the Resident Evil 1 to Resident Evil Remake. And it's weird to say like that. Like when people say Resident Evil Remake, it's never pronounced as Resident Evil 1. You always call it Resident Evil Remake, and that's typical. That's top notch. So when everybody says Resident Evil 1, they think you go up to them going like, do you think, are you talking about PlayStation 1 Resident Evil 1? And it's like, no, I'm talking about Resident Evil 1 for the GameCube. And it's like, oh, Resident Evil Remake. It's a remake of the first one, so tight little confusions here and there, but that's simplified and everything else. So so that puzzle's done, and I think I'm going back into the safe room to use some of the doors that include. I think now I have the I picked up the shield. So I think in this process I'm actually putting away the armor key, and later on into the cut, I actually because I try to remember what I used the armor key last for. I had one more door to open, and it was the door towards to get the grenade launcher, and that was not in my mind at the time. I was really just wanting to use the shield key because you only use it once. You only use it once in the time, and I'm just gonna. I think I just let it play here because I actually don't need to cut it right here because it's really fast and it's really just on the other side. So I really wanted to use the shield key because of because it would you only use it once, and it's just to get to Yawn, and you have your sequence with what we see is, I think I already rescued what's his name, Kenneth. Is it? No, it's Richard. It's Richard. Kenneth is the one that died. No, this is Richard. So Richard is saved, so I open up the door, use the shield key, fight Yawn, and then a couple times, well, actually I don't fight Yawn until the very end, but Richard does come in for the assist because he has a better shotgun, and that's what I really wanted. So as we could see, for some reason the doors are covered in spider webs, but I could see if that's like venom splattered all over the place. But a snake surrounded by spider webs. I never got the idea about it, but I think it's technically it's old house. So there's Yawn, happy, big ass fangs. So that's there's your, not big boss, but a little mini boss. And it's always hilarious to see Yawn this huge, and you look at freaking Richard and his arm when we first ran into him, his arm is just destroyed. Yep, I got hit and I got poisoned real easily. So great gameplay from me. I'm a master of Resident Evil. So yeah, we pick up one of the first Pillarman's mask that has like no eyes, I think. So I got bit there once, trying to get around, picking that up, and I think I get one shot off, and it gets the no, I get two shots off. And then the scene happens, and then we witness Richard's painful, oh no, death. But thanks for the shotgun though. So yeah, here you go, get one off, save Jill's life because she's us. She's the player, so save her. And you get mauled by Yawn. Yep, but you leave me the shotgun, so that's pretty well. That's pretty well thought. Thank you so much, Richard. So me with my tank control skills, and yep, I got away from that one, and I get to pick up the badass assault shotgun. Like I mixed it right there on purpose. Yeah, I did that. So yep, I'm now switched around, and I think, yeah, I couldn't for some reason I was being stupid that I have auto lock on. So the reason why I figured I stupidly realized, I'm like, oh, if I'm not locking onto him, I technically beat the area that he's at, because I know that I'm going to be facing him later on in the fight. So we got one mask, and I think, if I remember, yeah, now I got to go back and use the serum because now I'm poisoned. So I run all the way towards the place and get some serum. So I'll just let me just splice it right here, and we'll see what we have left on the situation. Okay, so I basically just getting back inside, get to the well, you know what? Maybe my idea is to pick up the armor key when I realized which door it was. So I'll drop the death mask there, and you know, just let the ammo be there. Get rid of the old shotgun because I have the new shotgun, and just reload because now I can hold 10 rounds, and that's the beauty thing about that. So I pick up the armor key, and as I just, you know, sort myself out with everything, just get the serum and heal myself from this ridiculous Yawn poison. And now I'm in caution, so now I gotta go back to the box, and I think I use one of the herbs I have. Yeah, because at the same time, even though I can totally speed run this entire game, like within, I think I got the mini trophies. Of course, if you play it on easy mode, it's easily earned. And if you could play the game within I think earn the trophy, beat it within 2 hours, or like before the 2-hour mark, and just totally do it without saving, so it doesn't waste your time. So now at this point, I've already figured out what the armor key was supposed to be for. It was supposed to be for the grenade launcher, like I said last time. So of course my idiotic brain says, that's right, It's that door that I never used to go to. So yeah, let's go get ourselves a grenade launcher and go meet, apparently it's supposed to be Joseph. For some reason, he found his way to the mansion and just died on the second floor. And just sat there. So yeah, use the armor key. And that's basically it. Wait, it didn't say I have to discard it. Wait. Okay, well, you know what? Now I'm confused. Now I don't even care anymore. It's a table made of glass, so pick up that clip, pick up your ammo. That technically, I think I never used my pistol ever again because the shotgun was just so good. So here we go, and we see our fellow STARS member. Yep. How shocking! He's also dead because he's not really important. We know that. So let's pick up our our grenade launcher. And I think this sequence I wanted to trigger for my brother's sake, just because for some reason it's the hilarious thing of you know, STARS members are the strongest zombies they are. They move faster and they take more bullets. So I think I just popped him once. Yeah. And I had to basically recheck. Nope, he was still alive. Popped him 3 times. And he's dead. And of course, I think nope, I don't bother with the herbs because I just leave them there. I already have so much healing stuff, so no need for that. And I never come back to that area. Or at least you never come back to that area for some reason, unless you wanted to pick up the herbs because you were running out and you were the first timer on this game. That's understandable, though. That's understandable. Some people, you know, they don't really know about this game. Then again, how do you not know about this game? So that's basically that spot. Let's see. What else is basically used over the time? Now, if I can recall, all right, we used the one shield key. Oh, and I think this is the point where I get to. Well, no, it's not that one. That's the helmet key. It's for the final. The final key in the farm area. Way into the after this whole thing. So yeah, and of course there's a map. I don't need it. So the conscious of the sequence, really remembering certain rooms like this one. It's real funny that how when you do a Resident Evil remake, you can really think of course other ideas to really scare when originally the attack dogs can already attack that room, no matter which way you come from. They will just basically come straight through those windows. And so at that time, when they just do the crack of the ice, or the crack of the glass, and it's really just gives you a good jump scare. Yep, that's right. I need the chemical to use against that little plant water fountain area. That's right. And that's what I think I'll just basically just cut to as well, just to show you guys what the whole deal is. Okay, I almost cut it out of the head because I totally forgot about that I ran into this little picture puzzle, which is not really that difficult to do. All you have to do is just match this entire picture. So, purple necklace, orange bracelet, and what was it, green crown. And some of the pictures had each picture. Of course, there was 3. And one of them had a bracelet, had to match the color. One of them had a necklace, match the color. One of them had a crown, match the color. To have this door open, so you can basically get the other Pillaman's mask. So just trying to do a. And at the same time, I forget that in these puzzles, when I'm doing them, like I already know the situation, but going through them all, and talking to my little brother JT about how sometimes very silly these puzzle sequences are, but knowing which ones to hit, which ones to not hit. So I think this side was that yeah, one side you hit and it's the middle, and I think the other side, you go on the other side for the other two pictures and you hit them twice, if I remember. Um, or if it's or if it switches around, because sometimes I remember when I was playing, I played this game like many times. I think I had like 3 different sequences of changing the colors, and I was like, oh, last time I played this, I only had to do one side and then two, and on the other side I had to change them twice. So I guess that's a nice little filler in of, you know, making the puzzles complicated. It's like it's not always the same thing. So here we are, another Pillarman's mask that can't speak, I think, because it's got no mouth. And of course we use the lockpick. And honestly, guys, the reason why we I think I explained this the first in the first episode of why we picked Jill. It's honestly because she's handed the lockpick, and with Chris Redfield's playthrough, I mean it's sort of the same thing, but the only difference is that he doesn't have the lockpick, and you have to search the entire house for the little small keys for certain doors, and then you're limited, I think, to so many keys, and they open up important doors, and like not every door has to be opened up. So of course I'm looking at my map because I'm completely lost and my brain's fried up. So I think throughout this entire time I try to solve the situation, and I think I figured it out where I had to go, because I believe I still have the armor key, and at the same time I'm trying to figure out where the plant not the plant monster, but where the water fountain was, and it was totally upstairs. So I mean, bear with me on that, but it's really it's difficult to really remember when you technically haven't played the game for a long time, because at the same time, guys, I mean, it may be an old school game, but you know what, it's a horror game. It still gets me. And I mean, I've played the Dead Space series, except for Dead Space 3. I will never play that. But like games like Silent Hill, games like Fear 1 and 2, like Fear 2, like scared the heck out of me, and I'm not even I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have GT play through that possibly in the near future, or maybe, you know, maybe later on the channel. So we'll see about that. We'll see if he's up to the task of being scared and having the controls of a first-person horror right into his face. And we play so close up to the TV, and it's pretty it's pretty gruesome. It's pretty nauseous at the time. So I think at this point I'm pretty sure I have to yeah, I am emptying out, putting the masks away so that I can have some more room. And of course I don't really need the flask anymore, because originally I messed up on both shots of where the Spencer door is at, in that little hallway, and then technically the door is next to the picture puzzle, and also to where the hallway is, where the save point is, where the other safe room is at. And the two zombies basically closed on me. I headshotted one, and the other one got a hand on me, and had to basically burn its body and wasted time. Yeah, that zombie's not going anywhere, so we can just leave him right there. And I think the sequence is yes. So here we go with the hallway, where we technically have to go and do the whole sequence. And that's just a lovely shot right there, guys. I mean, I'm not so sure if you guys really appreciate, you know, youngsters and even maybe old timers, of why this game basically is still rated the best Resident Evil game. I think it's, of course, it still ranks number 1, as it is Resident Evil 1, because of the lighting. I mean, you have hallway lights like that. I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now. But I think in this room I just get ammo, and that was it. because there's nothing really else. There's another jump scare. Zombie comes out of a closet, and then that zombie on the floor wakes up. And I basically explained that to JT as well. So all we do is just get this clip, get some ammo that I don't use, and we're out of here. So that's basically the situation right now. But like I said before, I mean, if you went into a house and there's certain lighting like this in like your house, I mean, you're definitely gonna have a no-brainer and add some more light to your house. Oh yeah, that's right. At this point, I was pretty much showing JT if he can really see the wall of the reflection of the zombie that's banging on the wall. He heard the noise, but he couldn't tell by the shadow yet until he got a good look at it, and then he just goes like, "Oh, that's the worst." I'm like, "Yep, technically, I'm looking straight at him, and he's not really gaining anything." So here we are, and there's that freaking little tentacle thing, and it's not really such a hard puzzle. All you have to do is just go up to this water thing, put the chemical stuff in there. It turns red, and I think you turn the red knob, and it goes straight into the fountain. Yeah, which one do you want to do? I choose the red one, since the color is red, and it basically kills him. So that's not a hard puzzle there. I can see why people say green, but green is basically you're just turning on the regular water, and then you just, you know, redo the puzzle. So there we are. There's the third Pillarman's mask, and this one is, oh, this one's no eyes. Well, what's the other one that I have? I think it was no nose. I think the first mask was, yeah, that has no smell, or yeah, the mask that can't smell, and then the mask that can't see, the mask that can't speak, and there's the fourth mask that can't do anything. So I feel sorry for that guy. So at this point, there are triggers. Guys come in, and I never go through this room until later on, until I have like all the tools for one room. So that's pretty much that. If I can remember, yeah, I like to tell myself that all the time. If I can remember what's next, because this game is, honestly, if you speedrun it, it's super short. If you know it, it's super short. But if constantly trying to remember what to do next, we'll make it an average game. But if you, of course, as a first timer, it's a forever game. And of course, you don't want to run an entire hall when it's camera still like this, and bam, there's a zombie at the stairway, and you're like, ah, crap, and you started the whole time. And that was always a freaky moment at that. I remember that as a kid playing the game. I don't know what I'm doing. Checking my map because I'm lost, running into walls because I don't know what I'm doing. Tank controls. Yeah, I would never switch the controls to alternate controls, because it does actually make the game look even sillier. And of course, you automatically run, but what you can do with the controller is, or with the character, when you like move around in a circle, because it constantly runs, it makes it look silly, like he's like on a spinner. Like you make the character look like he's on a spinner. So I think at this point I find out where I use the last door of the armor key at some point. So I think it got to my brain pretty much where everything basically has to be. So I think at this point I'll just actually no, not at this point. I'll just let it play through, because I mean, really showing you guys this game and what it could do is top notch. One of the favorite things of why I like the YouTube community, why I like the YouTube gaming community is that even though you're not a big channel, you're not famous like even my favorites, Markiplier, H2O Delirious, The Best Friends, Game Grumps. I mean, I can name them all over there. Bunny Girl. I mean, a whole lot. Even reaction channels. You know, I mean, I enjoy every single one of those channels. If it entertains me, hell, I'll even watch it. I mean, and at the same time, just do this, even if though, you know, I mean, currently right now, 44 subscribers. You know, it's still 44 people. I mean, that's still a lot to even like entertain, and everybody that when they hit that subscribe button, you're going like, wow, somebody actually, you know, saw a video or saw a playlist of what the games that we currently finished played or are currently playing, and they say, hey, I'm really digging your channel. Something like that is, it's awesome. So basically, I think this voiceover can say thanks to you, thanks to the 44 people that basically, you know, just hit the button. So me and T, every single time that when I'm about to post a new video, either through my phone or through my computer, I basically you know, I get a glimpse, and it just goes like, hey, we went up one. Now we're at 40. Now we're at 41. Or hey, we're at 42. Or like, whoa, we went from 42 to 44. That's pretty much amazing. And you know, so it's a little happy in our face, even though off of doing this whole YouTube thing, you know, outside of it, you know, we of course we have jobs. So and we have an awesome job. We do great things. Yeah, this puzzle was so simplified. It was so simple to do. I don't know why I basically choked on it. I wouldn't say choked. I basically went brain dead this entire time, and Jill's just jiggling for some reason. Yeah. So I think at this point it's pretty much. I think I mess up on this one. One pulls out, not two pull out. That's right. And I think I push that, and I push this shield, and it sends the one back, and it sends the swordman back, and I think that completes it, if I remember. And movie sequence closes in. One moves away, and I push the button to unlock. Not the fourth. Oh, I could be wrong. Is the fourth mask in this one, or was it something else that led to it? Actually, this box might be the mask. And for some reason, at the same time, I went brain dead in this one. This is such an easy way to open up a freaking box, and I just don't know why I don't know. I think I was technically out of the loop. I think I was technically out of the loop on really just focusing on what to press. There goes the box, shaking like it's having a seizure. Dio's in there, and he wants out. Yeah, so that's what I did right there. So I guess I have to just, you know, press another button, make the box shake again, because I'm a total dork. So there's a switch. You want to press it? So it's basically just, come on, Vince, come on. You said you've played this game before. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. Just press the one heart. Just press that one, and you go to the other one. You go to the other one, and you press it, and it opens up the box. So yeah, the last mask is technically the mask that can't do anything. It can't see, it can't smell, it can't eat. Yeah. I'd love to meet that guy. Wonder what he looks like. Just I don't know. I'm being silly right now. So I think at this point I'm pretty much gonna cut it right here to see what else there basically is. Okay, so now that I have 4 of the masks, now we can just have some fun time and do this little easy puzzle to it, and then we could fight technically the first and only Crimson Zombie in this entire game, in this new tunnel room. And I think if I remember, this technically outside was actually completely new, because it only led downstairs towards this puzzle and towards this technically I wouldn't consider a boss. I mean, unless you had the regular shotgun and you didn't have enough ammo, I can see that it's a normal boss for some people. But if you're prepared and you're careful, then again, if you played it so many times, and then it's not truly a big deal. So as I'm getting everything, getting all the pillamens masks in order. I mean, I would love to basically put in the little tiny Pillaman song when I put this last one in there, and it has that case falls and it just opens up and you can just hear it go why yeah yeah yeah. I'm a horrible singer, sorry. So yeah, I needed a drink of water. Throat's getting dry. So yeah, trapdoor, Crimson Zombie. Now it's time to fight. Round 1, fight. Bam, bam, and then I think he comes close to hitting me. I don't remember if he did hit me. No, yeah, he did hit me because I did check, and it was just 3 shots and 4 shots, and then dead. So that was easy. Let's see what else technically was there. So yeah, I had to pick up, oh yeah, that's right, I picked up the umbrella emblem that's in the coffin that helps unlock technically the really final door. But right now this basically first unlocks the outside towards, I believe, to the garden house, if I can recall. Yeah, because that's when we have to meet up with our friendly neighborhood Lisa. And I think I believe if I remember in the story, it's Lisa, the daughter of the family that basically for some reason is just a gross looking thing. For some reason, I never read it up on that little sequence because it was technically new. So now of course here's me getting lost again, realizing where I have to go. And I think I figure it out basically right away. So now we have to go to where the little hallway is, where the save point is, and then I can basically go after everything else. Oh, that's right. That zombie actually found his way out of Richard's place. So I get a headshot. Yep, I did. Oh, I'm so good. I could take out a whole zombie apocalypse. And then probably die in the middle. But I went out like a hero. Right? I don't think so. Let's see. And then, yeah. So I make my way down. If I remember, do I go inside the... I don't think I go inside the... No, I don't go inside the safe room. No need to. And I think this is the second time that I... Yeah. Second time that I use the other side of the door. I think if you use it 3 times or 4 times... No, 3 times, and then the doorknob just does not work until it's either fixed or until you meet up with Wesker again. You basically I think he fixes it. I think he fixes it anyway, even if you used it so many times. I don't remember. I don't really recall because I never really. Once I first saw that, I was like, all right, then I'm just gonna technically do the smart thing and just go around and take the easier, still fast way. It's the normal way to go. So yeah, bushes are moving around in the back. Even though this is the first time I went out here, use the emblem and then unlock the door, and then there's the dog. And I quickly make it out. JT freaked out when he saw that. It just jumped, freeze framed. I'm just going like, yeah, I'm fine, totally fine. So more shotgun shells, a first aid spray that I don't think I pick up because I was already fine. But I had to technically go down here. Oh yeah, that's right, a battery pack. Yeah, the battery packs that I did not use. I think I had like a total of Yeah, I have a total of 3, and I think by the end of this session I had a total of like 8 or something like that. When we were done with our session, and then we ended up what was it? The next, like, I think the next area is the mines. I believe it's the mines is the next section. That's where we did end. And we did the next session. After we ate lunch, we basically did the next section and just basically beat the game. Oh, that's right. Monsters in chains. Don't guns in effect. Don't you guys appreciate that sort of voice acting? It's amazing. It's better. But it's the typical Resident Evil voice acting in its time, so it's still hilarious. Oh yeah, this dumb puzzle is ridiculous. So basically make the one dog face north and one dog face east. Technically they're facing away from the door, and you unlock the gate. Very silly, but I can see how complicated it is when you can't really see where the dog is looking at. And I think I get the first dog wrong, and I get the second dog right, because this dog was supposed to face west, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it would make sense that he faces west and the other dog faces north. Is it north or is it east? Honestly, guys, it's one of those puzzles that I don't recall, because it's just something that you figure you only technically deal with once. I mean, it's such an easy puzzle, but you only deal with it like technically once ever. So yeah, north and west. Blue is north, red is west. Keep that in your memory for this sort of puzzle of a game that you may always go back and play. But oh, that's right, the crows in this grave nest. And I think, yeah, I don't have the piece to do this whole thing. And of course I trigger myself getting eaten by crows. Oh, ain't that professional enough for you guys. It's great, Vince. You're so good. So good. You're such a Resident Evil. You're so good. Oh, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Wonderful self-fan. And of course we hear Lisa in the far distance in chains. So now we like to go visit her. And why not visit after Barry on the radio said, "Monster in chains, stay away, bullets are ineffective, stay away." And what kind of a Resident Evil character would I not be if I didn't go and just investigate anyway? Because that's what we do. We're soldiers, we're stars, we're so good at our job. So here we go inside of the inside of this room. And that's pretty much just what it is. And this was technically, I think, added for this remake. So this entire area was totally added for this game, and it looks great. Like it's messy, it's dirty, it's scary, and disgusting. I mean, you can think of any kind of awful things, and when you look at that house, and it's god awful. So yeah, that's what I needed. I needed that little piece for that little puzzle of at the graveyard where the crows are, so I can get the Magnum. I can get Barry's Magnum. and only use it at the very end of the game, because the shotgun just does so well. And also the crowbar that you can never put away, even if you only use it for the certain occasions. It doesn't say discard it, and it would make sense that it doesn't say that you can't technically discard the crowbar, because you use it in so many other occasions that are so separated. Bam! There goes my head. Totally knocked out by Lisa. With the sequences that are separated so much into while when you're using the crowbar, I mean, you use it twice at the pool area in different situations. So of course you would put it away in your toolbox, and then of course back in the mines you would use that, and then use the other crowbar that's has a totally different shape. Lisa, I mean, you look pretty. Oh, 2 shots and you just take a nap, because I'm never coming back here. We're never coming back here until later on in the game, where we basically loop ourselves just to feel the whole, oh, that's how it's connected. Oh my goodness. I think we have that. I think we have that sort of a moment in our next session while we were playing this game. But quickly wanted to use that emblem so I can get the magnum and hopefully don't trigger this zombie that's over here. Yep. So I think I don't trigger him. I just blow off his head. Yep. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sounds of brains being splattered. I mean, it's alright, people. I mean, I know it's violence, but he's already dead. He's a zombie. Or he's a, you know, he's whatever. He's a walker. Whatever you, I mean, whatever you want to call him. So yeah, walk very carefully. Don't startle these birds, because we want to do this puzzle without being gnawed upon on the top of our heads by their bloody beaks. And very, very bloody. So use 1, get 3 for free. Use 1 and you can get 3 for free. You get a moon crest, you get a sun crest, you get a star crest. And go use it on the other side, and then you can just, you know, get your big surprise. So yeah, not too much of a difficult puzzle. Once you figure out what you actually have to do, once you see those marks on the on them and you realize, oh, something's got to be in the bottom, press the button and it unlocks the fittings, basically, so that it fits properly in there. Because if you just put it in there, it doesn't really, I think it basically, you set them in there, but it doesn't do anything, if I can recall. So it doesn't, it won't trigger anything. So that's why you go to each one, press the button, lifts them up, and then you can put them in, and it's technically no problem. So yeah, that one goes in the middle, and then there's one that has 3 prongs, and that's the sun one. And there you have it. Simple, right? Simple, right, kids? So we do that, and then you get your magnum python. The thing is so ridiculously built. I mean, look at that thing. Look at it. I think, is that more powerful than Dirty Harry's gun? Huh? Somebody better ask Clint Eastwood that before he goes. If the python's powerful enough, then his 44 Magnum. Ah, man. So this is basically now going back, and I think that area is basically completed for the most part, until we have the loop of coming back and it's totally changed. And I think at this point I come back up and I use the other door to basically now do the other area of what it is. And that's basically what I have to do. I mean, there's nothing really. I mean, what could I really say? Really, I mean, this is not really such as a guide. At the same time, I mean, we basically Just, I don't even know anymore. I'm so rusty right now.
Can you hear me?
Brad, can you talk to us, please?
Broken.
No, I guess he can't talk because the radio is broken. So here are the dogs. I can just run right by them. Two stupid dogs. Two stupid dogs. And here we are. The pool area. Real disgusting. I would not want to swim in that. So basically, we just use that. Trigger the cutscene. Oh, look at this sweet, sweet, sweet FMV. Isn't it beautiful, guys? Look at the water effects. How it drips off. It drips everywhere. Just drip, drip, drip. Everything's wet. So wet. So at this point, I think this is the secrets where actually I can actually cut it here and then just get it onto the towards the house, to where we have to go next time. So hold your breath. And here we are at the house. We're in the cabin of the woods. Technically, no, we're not in the cabin of the woods. We're just in the garden house. Oh, that's an amazing shot. And of course, they lay out some blue herbs. Why? Because this area technically just carries everyone that has poison. I just burped. Sorry about that. Yep. And I think at this point, I basically, yep, I gather everything that I need. Battery packs. The first aid, and just basically put everything in the box. Even the, I think I do refill my kerosene up a little bit. But yeah, store the herbs, store the crowbar and the magnum, because I technically don't need it. Yeah. Yeah, might as well just, I know I'm already in caution, so it's not a huge deal. It's as long as she's not holding her sides, you're fine. But if she's already holding her side, then yeah, that's basically on the verge of death. Because it aches, it pains. They bit me right here where I'm holding on my side. Even though they bit me on the neck, or it's not here or here so much, but right here. Little Tommy Boy reference for you old folks over there. For you old farts over there. So let's already head in. So as many as you don't know, the reason why I moved that box there is that if you go over that hole and it's a tentacle that's gonna clog you, and I don't think it inflicts poison on you, but it does inflict damage on you a lot, and you could easily, well, not easily, but you can pretty much like almost die in, coming across that thing. So here we go. Let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and trigger that cutscene right there. No. Why am I going? That's locked. I already know this. It's locked, so just trigger the cutscene. There you go. And this is hilarious because, I mean, I already know the whole situation, but I was already telling JT that you can honestly hear that that's Barry's voice on the other side. So technically, who else could he be talking to? Who else could he be talking to other than Wesker? What happens if I don't cooperate? No, my family. If I play my cards right, you won't hurt my family. I think I can do that. Because I'm Barry. I'm awesome.
Jill.
Barry, I heard someone talking.
Oh, you heard.
Oh, crap, you heard. Oh, man, I gotta do something about that. Because my family. My family.
You alright? What's gotten into you?
I mean, if I want to, I can technically
I'm worried, aren't I?
shoot Wesker in the head, but
Thinks it's a creepy mansion.
does he have people or is it just him?
Anyway, I think I'll go outside, get some fresh air for a change. Don't worry. I'm just going to get some fresh air. If I'm lucky, I'll get to waste some monsters along the way.
Yeah, so no big deal. I guess it's no big deal. This house is really just getting, it's getting close. It's getting on my nerves. Situations like that, and it's real hilarious because at the same time as I keep repeating myself and saying that I'm talking to GT about this, is that this situation of how it's not cliche. It's how poor is it not it's poorly said. It's not poorly written, it's poorly said. Like, hey, okay, it's obvious that I heard you talking to someone. So we basically have a laugh on. We have basically a small laugh about that. But then, of course, more puzzles, more screeching. Just push, 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 push it, push it more. All right, now go get the other box. Now, Jill, just like last time, I want you to keep pushing. Just push it. Just push it. Work out your legs. I know we're on survival horror right now. There's zombies everywhere, but I want you to get some good exercise in. So push it towards the wall. There you go. Technically not hitting the wall because you're basically flat with the corner, but it's fine because I want you to push it here now. Push it there. Now a little farther. I need you to change the cutscene. There you go. Now push it towards the end, and you've made yourself a little bridge. Great job, Jill. Great job. Now, if I remember, I think I went in here way too early because I did not have the key. And yeah, I do use the green herbs because I know what's going to be in here because it's full of water. What possible enemy could I face against that's in the water? Could be a squid. Could be an octopus. All of them. Any fish. Just horribly in gruesome sizes. But what's more threatening? It's a freaking shark. Because it's got teeth and pointy nose and stuff. And it's just trying to get away. If I remember, I think we do run into what they basically call the sharks that they were working on. But the big one that's on the way to the bottom that we just saw is supposed to be I think they named it Neptune. Which honestly to me it's kind of weird. I mean, naming I kind of would get it. I mean, that thing is just freaking huge. It's a good thing he's at the bottom. But Neptune, and I got bit there. I guess Neptune would fit because it's blue. Because it's a blue shark. Wow, I got hit twice. I didn't think that. Okay, I think I'm in caution. Again. I got hit 3 times? Huh. I'm in red caution now. Yeah, I'm in red caution. That's real brilliant. Jeez. That's a horrible thing. And I think in the sequences, if I recall, are not too much of a big deal because it's just another area with more puzzles and just gathering more sequences and more stuff. So I'll basically oh yeah, totally forgot that guy was there. and I did not kill him, so I stuck him twice with a knife, and I didn't have my kerosene, so he turned into he turned into a crimson, and then I blew it, and I think I just killed him right there. I didn't blow his head off, but he was already a crimson. I don't think he did get to me, but boy did it hurt. It does hurt. No, there's nothing in that. There's nothing in that water. You gotta drain it first, I think. Or is that no? Or is that another room? Totally another room that you can get a dagger. But I got a residence key, so we can just go. Yeah, so now we can just basically just open up the first door and have a big blast about the whole thing, and just have our bits of fun. And I think in this room, in this residence room. Oh well, why don't I first heal myself technically? So I think in the first. In that residence room, it's the zombie that's technically hung himself, and there's another zombie in the bathroom that that just lays down there. And if you trigger the water and get the dagger, and if you're not quick enough, he can get up and basically scare you, and then it's like either you stutter to get out or you take him out. So only use the key once. Discard it? Yes, because I want some space. I need some space. So that's basically how it's done. Oh yeah, I was right. So it is this room, and I think in here it's basically what else do I get? I get that little mini gun, that little mini pistol that the guy basically shot himself and then hung himself, I guess. And it has one magnet bullet in there. And then there we go. Okay, it's not a dagger, it's a control room key. I'm really great with my memories, aren't I? This is great. This is totally fun. So I think I really escaped there very fast because he didn't really get up. But the creature fell. And it triggered him. So, yeah, there he is. And I didn't bother burning him because I didn't have to... I didn't really have to come back to basically put him on fire, because all there is that all you would do is just go inside the this room to, if you wanted to gather the hand magazines and get the control key from there. So and here's our little fun with the 22 Magnum bullet. One is used, one is not. So I'm basically clueless at that point. So I think I'll just get to where we have to get to the control room, because that's basically it. So yeah, we made it. So I just basically put us to where we can get to the other door, use the control key once, and so we already ran past the sharks, and there's the big one right there. And here's another sequence puzzle, basically to try to go as fast as you can to drain the entire aquarium, basically. So figure out first which valve you gotta hit, but first you gotta trigger the entire thing. So I think it's I think that to start the sequence, it's over here. Yeah, there's a switch, and you press it, yes, and he's pissed off for some reason. I guess because he spotted you. And I don't remember if Neptune is... It's either he is being a fish, or if he's actually infected. I'm pretty sure he's actually infected because he has a lot of scars and scratches on him, and he just does not look like a normal shark. So I think I went a little too fast with this puzzle, like getting ahead of myself. So what I have to do is basically just try to set off everything. So yeah, I was really ahead of myself. So I mean, in the very end, I did get it correctly, but I was just like, again, I was ahead of myself. So yeah, pull the safety lock, do that. Here in the background, he's busting the glass. Again, getting ahead of myself. No, I have to trigger the thing. So there we go. Do that. The oil pressure. Dang it! It's, you know, can't do anything about it. So let's now we can do the valve. See, there we go. Now what was it? It was valve 2, and that actually is a puzzle that if you do come back again, it could say, oh, it's valve 1 now, or it's valve 3 now. So that's pretty cool. I mean, you have to look at that that blueprint on the table to make sure that you're actually getting the right one instead of constantly just going for it. So within 70%, I basically do it. So I don't have to worry about the critical thing. All I have to worry about now is just draining the water. Whoosh. Flush that toilet. That big toilet for that shark. Flush it good. And there's our Revelations door. Our Resident Evil Revelations door. It's exactly the same door. It's so hilarious. And oh yeah, earlier, as you saw in that menu, technically I cut it on purpose, but it's another it's the 2 doorway before and where the safe room is, and you basically pick up just that book in that room, and there's some shotgun shells if you want to pick it up. But I did that, and I think there's like some sort of like fun little mini puzzle in that room that I never did. It's something that has to do with the lighting, like the lighting these certain candles. I just burped, sorry. Lighting these certain candles up, and it's supposed to do something like with a scent. And I never bothered with it because I was just in there for the book, for another room that does a little sync puzzle. So yeah. Oh no, he's still alive. Neptune. You really want to mess with me? Guess what? We're going to do this the old-fashioned way. Give you a little electric shock treatment. So pull it down. Bam, that thing breaks. And he's just getting shocked. Shocked entirely to where this thing just fries up and don't have to worry about the water shocking you anymore. Although you should still, I think you should still feel a little buzz. But he's just twitching now. So, again, not I think a lot of people say like this is technically a boss fight, but it's not. It's a mini puzzle solving solution that you get. So that's pretty much it's pretty much what it is. So there's nothing to it. All you have to do is just figure it out, and then you can do it. And I think it does show you, just in case, like if you accidentally went to the switch first, you see the box, all of a sudden like it starts getting electrified, and then you can't push it. But then if you turn it off, and then you realize, oh, I gotta push it in first, in the water. Oh yeah, it's water and electricity. Oh yeah, it goes everywhere. And then it's an easy solving puzzle, and it just destroys Neptune just right away. Easy, right? Just like that. So easy. It's like unlocking a door that you never went through, but you can lock it on the other side. Super simple. And I do apologize if this video is going a little longer than normally for our other episodes, but it's just because I want to basically cut for you guys enough to be able to get a little glimpse of what was going on and what was so silly about it. So I think, yeah, oh yeah, he woke up. So when I come back, I will kill him. But those sudden get-ups from the Crimsons are so just like, ugh, man, it's scary. So another residence key, unlock it, and do it from there. So it's basically the entire sequence. I think, if I recall, I do yeah, I remember. Actually, you know what? I didn't cut it all the way towards the mines. I cut it all the way over to here when I was totally messing up the sequence of the samples and trying to do the V-jolt stuff. So actually I won't. I'll show you what. Actually, yeah, I think I'll just show up what it is. It's basically the puzzle of putting together all these different types of chem fluids, mixing it with water, mixing it with each other to make the V-jolt that will destroy the boss for later on in this sequence. So it's pretty much how it is. So at first I have to, that's right, I gotta pick up the sprayer so that these bugs don't bother me so many times, so I can get the other key on the other side. So he's holding on to something. He's holding on to a poison spray. So out of here, don't get triggered by those bugs, and just start spraying it to the wall. Pretty much just like that. It's so heavy to breathe. Oh. That's the voice of the bugs, but you don't care. That's fine. So now that I basically took care of that, I can now go grab the other residence key and open that door, so I can put the red book in there for the later puzzle afterwards, once I'm done doing this whole V-jolt stuff. Yep. Don't need to bother. I mean, I could pick up those red herbs, but I mean, I already had so much at the time when I used the first aid spray. I was like, you know what? I don't care about ranking. I'm just showing, because I didn't really care about the ranking anymore. So I just, just do whatever. And I think at this point I don't need the ink ribbons. Yeah, there's nobody in this room, so I didn't have to worry about that. But I think this white book was for something. Oh yeah, this book shows what to do. Yeah, the chemistry, the chemical thing of all that. So, yep, here's the whole book thing that I do later. I mean, I could have done it earlier. I could have done it right there and now, but I just chose not to until I can do the whole V-jolt thing. So that's basically what that was. I think I opened this up for some reason to get the another dagger in the bathtub. Add it to the arsenal. You can never have too many daggers. You can never have too many batteries, especially when you know where they are. And if you're not worried about time, you're just worried about trying to complete the game without getting eaten, which I think is another trophy, without taking any damage. I think even without hitting in caution, you're totally fine. I don't know. Never really bothered. Never really asked for wanting to do that, but that's totally fine. So, I basically try my hardest at the situation. Well, I'll show you guys a little glimpse. I'm not gonna show you what I mistaked in because it's totally embarrassing. But I'll show you. I can show you the sequence for those that don't know. And I don't know why I say for those that don't know. It's basically because this game is so old. It's memorable, so everybody knows what goes on. And I mean, especially if it's Resident Evil Remake, everybody still knows what goes on. So basically, one has the yellow one, fill it up. One has the red one, and then you fill it up. And then one has water, and you fill it up. And then goes the mixture of so many things. So yeah, one has red, and one has water. And I think at this point I tried to mix. I mixed yeah, don't mix the yellow and green. So there's of course the first mistake. So you can mix in the yellow with the water, and I think it makes green. Water with red, it makes purple. And eventually you get to orange, and then you get to blue, and then you get to brown. That's the color combination. See, there you go, orange. And then the next one would be the next color would be blue. And I think I technically mess up at this point and start all over. So I'll basically I think I'll basically just stop it right here because I totally screw myself over I think 3 times, and then had to do the smart way. I had to cheat to figure out. So I think at this point I accidentally mixed green and orange together, and that was a new. That was a new. Yep, that was a no-no. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut it right here, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next session of when I do figure it out. So thanks for watching this long video of a complete mess up, but at the same time, thanks for picking to choose it anyway.